Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you. What's good, everybody? Welcome to this edition of Blackout Sports, and we're here with your future favorite sportscaster, Matthew Wilson, as your host. To my right, I have my brother Los Manuel, and we are recapping the Timberwolves versus Knicks. The Knicks completely dominate the Timberwolves at home for their third straight win, 137-114. Anthony Edwards' surprise play tonight was originally supposed to be out, but it's the Garden. You know he's going to want to show out, but he didn't. Only about 15 points from Anthony Edwards, but the return to the Garden for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo dropping a combined 53 points on the Knicks, but it doesn't matter. OG Anunoby with 25, Jalen Brunson with a whole bunch of assists, Cat still being aggressive, carrying over his aggressiveness from last name, and we're here, man. What's up, Los? Tell the people how you doing, man.
I'm doing good, man. I always feel good after a W. 5-0 at the Garden for the first time since 2012. Mm-hmm. We are 3-0 in this current 7-game homestand. Let's keep the momentum going to Sunday against the Nets as well.
Yeah, man, let's keep the momentum going. And like I was saying, man, last show I predicted that the Knicks would win anywhere from about 12 to 15 points. I got my wish. I got a little bit paranoid because Anthony Edwards was supposed to play tonight, dog. Yeah, I mean, they tried to pull a fast one on the Knicks. Try to pull a fast one on this, but it doesn't matter. The defense locked down, man. Tell me about your keys to the game, bro.
I took a couple of notes down during the game. Let's start off with a negative. We won, but if I had to nitpick something, the Knicks are allowing opponents to shoot over 40% from three this year. We allowed 19 threes to fly, 48% from the Timberwolves. We broke even, though, because we ourselves made 19 threes as well. So that'll be overlooked, but that is something to kind of keep an eye on throughout the year, man. Allowing 40% from three to our opponents all year. That's a huge negative. We got to nip that in the bud. Another positive, Knicks out-rebounded the Wolves 50-31. And we beat them on the offensive boards 21-9, which ultimately was the difference.
Yeah, nice. And talking about the rebounds, man, Mitchell Robinson, my boy, the game record. Every time you move, every time they put Mitchell Robinson in there, man.
The Loch Ness Monster making his presence known, man.
10 boards from Mitchie tonight, man. 8 points. Now, I said last show I would love to see Mitchell Robinson get some touches. We saw that at the end of the half with that little scoop under the rim from Mitch. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of offensive touch from Mitch. But a couple of plays that stood out. We're going to start out with Mitchie, man, because we've been waiting to see like Mitchie in full form, and we got to see why the Knicks love Mitchell Robinson so much. There was a play, I think it was like in the second or third quarter, where Mitchie gets a rebound dunk, goes all the way down the court on a fast break, gets a block. Mitchie's healthy, man. Mitchie's healthy, dude. You know what I'm saying? What you think about Mitchie, man?
I always go back when I think of Mitchell Robinson, and I said this on the pod too. Like, whenever I think of Mitchell Robinson now, there's that play against the Celtics last year in the playoffs where he was guarding every position. It's times like that where you can see the potential with Mitch, where he can do it all. He can be our Swiss Army knife. Mm-hmm. Nights like tonight, you see it in full display. Shout out to Mitch, man. We're hard on. We need him on the court, and tonight was a game, especially with Gobert. They had over there. They had Manuels. The Timberwolves' eyes. So to have a guy like Mitch on the floor for us was crucial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 9 offensive rebounds for Mitchie tonight. So That shows you. You talk about the reason why we won the game due to the rebounding battle. Well, Mitchell Robinson, especially offensively, was a huge part of that. And another star of the game while we moving on, OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby is a beast. Shout out to everybody that's watching, by the way. Like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate you. Love you being here. Salute to our guy, Ken. Ken is currently working. He said that rebound is huge for our wins. Salute. And a healthy Mitch makes us dangerous. Exactly, bro. Healthy Mitch. A healthy Mitch makes the Knicks a title contender.
I seen a tweet that said that a healthy Mitch, someone was like, I'll go on the ledge and say a healthy Mitch defensively is just as good as Victor Wembanyama. And I couldn't argue.
Defensively. Okay. I like
defensively.
that.
Couldn't argue.
I like that because I agree there defensively because Mitch only played 16 minutes and gave you 10 rebounds in 16 minutes and 8 points. So Mitchie's not even playing like Mitchie's like playing like at 2-3 minute bursts. He's not even playing like a full quarter or anything like that. They're conserving Mitch for later on in the season, postseason, whatever, still watching out for the ankle. But imagine if you had Mitchell Robinson playing a 25-minute game. Those rebound numbers probably double. You're looking at a 15, 16 rebound game. He had 3 blocks tonight. So I'm right there with that tweet. That tweet is kind of on par with how we see Mitchell Robinson on the defensive end.
Shout out to them, man. Like it's almost like, you know, when and like it's almost like in football. You know when they put like a defensive player on a snap count? Like when Khalil Mack went to the Bears, he got a snap count. That is essentially what is Mitchell Robinson is on. But it's like, you know, when they let the reins off, he gonna go crazy. As soon as they let the reins off of Mitch, he's gonna go crazy. And playoff time, if he stays healthy, that's when we're gonna see it.
Yeah, especially come playoff time, because you know the game slows down. It's not as fast paced. The Knicks, and I think that kind of benefits the Knicks. Like, I think a lot of people like were worried about this Mike Brown offense and how it would look, and they're playing like a lot more fast paced. But I think a lot of the one thing that a lot of people aren't talking about is how good the Knicks are in the half court set. So when it comes playoff time, everybody's expecting the Knicks to run and gun. It may not be that way in the playoffs because everything slows down. And you add in a fully healthy, locked-in Mitchell Robinson to that, sky's the limit for this team, man. Sky's the limit for this team. Another guy that we need to talk about tonight, OG Anunoby. Hey, and I'm gonna say this about OG, bro, and I'm gonna give you the floor when it comes to OG. OG looks like the third best scorer on this Knicks team, and he's doing it efficiently. He's not shooting. This is the second game in a row. He's only shot around 5 to 6 threes, 3 for 5 tonight, 10 for 17 from the floor. He shot 58% from the floor, 60% from 3. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block from OG. So you still got the defense from OG kind of trying to lock down Jaden McDaniels. We saw him on Anthony Edwards a couple times. Shout out to Jalen Brunson, by the way. I saw him on Ant a couple times, made Ant give up the ball. So, hey, shout out to Cat for that too. But OG Anunoby is really starting to look like, as much as we thought Mikal Bridges was going to be that third scorer, it's starting to look like OG Anunoby, bro. What's your thoughts of the dog so far?
First of all, shout out Ken, man. Timu Kawhi in the comments. That's a fact. This was a Timu Kawhi game for sure. And if there's any play, if there's any 2 plays from OG tonight that will that's the exclamation for him, is that I believe it was it the 3rd or the 4th? Where he grabbed the offensive rebound and then he put it back like, look, fam. And then he did it before, I want to say in the second quarter. Like, fam, OG Anunoby is eating. Finally, second full season as a Knick. It's about, I hate to say it like this, but it's about time. And I don't want to put no negative slight to it, but when you hear your name in trade conversations, it wakes something up. It wakes something up and light a fire. Shout out to OG. I love what I saw tonight. Let's keep it going, man. I do have a little nitpick on JB when you get to JB.
Okay, we'll get to JB in a second, but just shouting out the dog real quick. I think this is the Philly OG Anunoby, where we saw like this offensive explosion from OG during the Philadelphia series, and we see it flashes. We saw it last year in the middle of the season in the stretch where Jalen Brunson was out due to an injury. The Knicks were looking for certain players to step up and give them extra scoring, and OG was giving them like 20, 25 a night. With this Mike Brown offense, bro, OG Anunoby looks like offensively how we thought Mikal Bridges was going to look. And it's a pleasant surprise that there's not so much pressure on Mikal Bridges to do that. Mikal Bridges still had a nice game tonight, a little bit inefficient, 5 for 12, 3 for 8 from 3. You know what I'm saying? Only 13 points. He's been hovering around that 10 to 13 points, 5 assists again from him today. So he's been the secondary playmaker for the Knicks. But OG Anunoby, bro, if this continues, man, he's doing this against good defenders. It's not like he's doing this against scrubs. Like Jaden McDaniels is a pretty decent defender. He even bullied Julius Randle a few times tonight, and we know how strong Julius Randle is, bro. So shout out to the dog, man. Shout out to the dog. But you mentioned Jalen Brunson. Let's go ahead and get into him. Jalen Brunson, 23 points, a high assist game from him again, 10 assists. And I want to point this out. Jalen Brunson was snatching rebounds tonight. Snatching rebounds over people tonight. 7 boards from Jalen Brunson. What did you think about his performance tonight?
Solid all-around performance. I think I said it in the chat. Triple-double on the way. Not quite, but they should have given my man a triple-double. He deserved it. Slow start. I think he took on the distributor facilitator role this game, 10 assists. I love that to start the year, Jalen Brunson has been more not just scoring, but also being a distributor and a facilitator. I love to see that. He's trusting his teammates more. I love to see that as well.
Yep. And shout out to our guard, Kai Ken, in the chat. If you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe. He said, what about my boy Deuce? The Deuce was loose tonight. Miles had his bounce back game. As I predicted, I got that from Knicks Fan TV. Shout out to CP franchise. I stole that one. I ain't gonna hold you. I stole that. But shout out to Deuce McBride. We'll get to him in a second. Like I said, me and Ken was like, who you gonna give the Timbs and the hard hat to? I was like, yo, Deuce McBride's been struggling since he got back. Shout out to him. Still praying for you, bro. I know he's grieving the loss of his grandmother. I definitely know how that feels. I'll say it again, bro. We're praying for you and your family here at Blackout Sports, man. But I figured that Deuce was going to have a bounce-back game tonight, and that's exactly what we saw. But before we get into Deuce, you said you had some criticism for the Cap tonight. Let me hear what you got.
None too crazy, but it just goes back to my 40% 3-point point. I saw a couple times, I think I want to say on three of the 3-pointers that DiVincenzo made, Brunson was giving him a lot of space. I'm just saying, I didn't like that. I know Nova pride, I know, but D up, my guy. Like, don't give him. He's still a shooter. He can still let it go. Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't give him this much slack on that, and this is the reason why is because Jalen Brunson has to deal with so much offensively. Like we saw Anthony Edwards guard him 90 feet. We saw Jaden McDaniels guard him. And I think this is like the second or third game in a row that I've seen teams start with the adjustment that they showed last year and the year before that, is that they're throwing bigger bodies on Brunson to try to slow him down, to wear him down before the game. So I think that's why he started off slow. And I feel like him chasing around Dante DiVincenzo was not really the greatest Not really the greatest idea. You know what I'm saying? Because Dante DiVincenzo's running around screens, all types of that. And Jalen Brunson kind of does need to save himself for the end of the game. And the reason why I necessarily won't look too much into that is because I saw him D up Anthony Edwards a few times. And you know how nice Anthony Edwards is with that pill.
That hamstring definitely bothered him.
Yeah, he had he missed 4 or 5 games or something like that with the hamstring, trying to knock the rust off. Shot wasn't really falling for Anthony Edwards tonight. 15 points, 5 for 13 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3. So not a great game from Ant at all. But our cap though. Our cap contributed to that. I'm saying
for sure. I won't take nothing. I won't take too much away from Cap. Cap, listen, in this 3-game winning streak we got going on, Cap has been crucial. I will never slam the Cap. Cap might get the hard hat and Tim's if not for OG tonight. It might be. If not OG, it's Cap.
Cap with the hard hat and Tim's. I like it. I like Cap with the hard.
That might be I'm taking the meme if I see it too.
I like it. It's him. I like it. But let's go ahead and get into Karl-Anthony Towns tonight. Karl-Anthony Towns had 15 points, not as high as point total as last night. 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I heard Mike Brown saying that he wanted Karl-Anthony Towns to get a little bit more involved in a passing game. This is the second game in a row where we've seen a lot of nice dishes from Cat, at least from the free throw line. I think there was a cut from Deuce. He got it to Deuce with a real nice over-the-head pass. There was a lot of slander on Karl-Anthony Towns' name. A lot saying, hey, let's go ahead and trade Cat. We can't win the championship with Cat. I think a lot of people, not me, but I think a lot of people spoke a little bit too soon about Karl-Anthony Towns, man. Not a high point total tonight, but a lot of aggression from Cat. This is the second game I've seen him back somebody down and bang on him down there. Pause.
Ooh, but it's cool.
It's Gobert. Yeah, it is.
It's Gobert.
It is Gobert, but Gobert is still a lot better than who they played. They played Washington last game, right? Who's the kid that's in Washington?
Sar.
Yeah, Sar. He did it to Sar. Did Sar dirty last night? Did Rudy Gobert dirty again? Man, I'm loving the aggression that we've seen from Karl-Anthony Towns. It's starting to seem like he's starting to. He didn't know his role before. They figured it out so far. What's your opinion since you weren't here last episode? What's been your opinion of Karl-Anthony Towns' game and his performances over the past 2 games? Are you more impressed? You feel a little bit more at ease with what you've seen from Cat?
Well, let me be honest and be upfront that I have been one of the voices that has said throughout the offseason, get rid of him. Mm-hmm. If we have a chance to get Giannis, sell the house. If you have to, except JB. However, and the video I made, y'all go run those numbers up. I made the video yesterday on Cat. Stellar performance against the Wizards. Stellar performance. I love to see that. I love when Cat gets his. I think when me, you, and Ken were on here last, we talked about how to get Cat involved early so that he has the hot hand. And I feel like they've been doing that the last couple games. Tonight, while he wasn't as efficient, he still, as you said, he still had his fingerprints in the game. Mm-hmm. And he had that dunk on Gobert. I mean, it is Gobert, but that's still, that's still going to be talked about. That's still going to be box office. At the Garden, too? Come on now.
Mm-hmm. Still ex-teammate, still former defensive player of the year. I ain't gonna take nothing away from Cat, man. So to that Giannis point, before we move on, we're gonna get into Julius Randle and how much we miss Dante DiVincenzo in a second. Make sure y'all like and subscribe if you're tuning in. Do you still feel that way about Giannis? That if we have a potential chance to get Giannis Antetokounmpo, or you still sell a house, or are you on my side with, hey, let's see what happens? And
have you seen Giannis this season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm selling 2 houses for Giannis. What you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you seen Viv? Come on now. If we have a chance to get Giannis and we have to give up Cat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're winning with Giannis. I'm sorry. Like, and I might get hate for this, whatever. We're winning with Giannis. I love Cat, de lo mío personal, you know what I mean? Whatever. But it's filet mignon, ribeye. It's the age-old question.
I'm still at where I'm at, bro.
Now, salute. That's peace.
I'm still at where I'm at, man. The Bucks look a lot better. The Bucks look a lot better than what we thought they were going to look. They're 5-3 currently. I do believe they have the same record as the Knicks now. They have a win over the Knicks, so tiebreaker if anything happened in the playoffs currently resides with the Bucks. But I just think that the Knicks are starting to show these past couple of games, these past 3 games, since they're on a 3-game winning streak, of how much of a complete team they are. And I'm not saying that Karl-Anthony Towns is a better talent than Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the pieces that we will have to give up for Giannis, regardless of how great Giannis is playing, just having Jalen Brunson, Giannis, and a couple other pieces because of how absorbent Giannis's contract is going to be if he comes over to New York isn't going to be enough to win the Knicks a title. We see how dominant OKC looks. I do believe OKC is undefeated.
Still.
The Lakers are dominating without LeBron James. Every night they have a superstar out. It's either what was going on. Are the Spurs beating their ass right now, which is totally a possibility.
I was just about to check because when you said that, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
I know they play. I know they play tonight. But my point was, they're winning these games without one superstar. Like, it's either Luka plays and Austin Reeves doesn't play, and Luka's still balling out, and the Lakers still win, or Austin Reeves is playing, Luka doesn't play, Ayton doesn't play, and he's hitting game winners. So you get what I'm saying? Like, we're seeing these teams that if the Knicks go up against them in the finals, per se, because I have the Knicks going to the finals, if you just trade for Giannis now or at the trade deadline, you take a back seat. You know what I'm saying? You take a couple of steps back because you still have to fill in the rest of this roster, which is the reason why I don't want to trade Giannis. I want to see at least what happens during this season. Like, just give him the season.
December.
The season.
December.
Give him the whole season. Give him the whole season. No, sir. No, sir.
Malik,
I'm not trading because if you trade for Giannis now, you're not winning the championship this year. You're not.
But Giannis brings something that Cat don't got, and I don't want to get into it because I don't want to slander the man. But you know what I'm saying. You know what it is too that Giannis brings that Cat don't got.
Yeah, you're talking about talent. I'm not
No.
disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. Then what does he bring?
He brings toughness. He brings heart. He brings toughness. Cat don't got that. Cat just now showing it.
But toughness isn't going to win you a championship this year. So you might as well wait and see what happens.
How do you know that?
Because you have to get rid of too many pieces to get Giannis in order for you to have cohesion with the organization to get there. Giannis isn't going to be that Kawhi Leonard that you bring because Kawhi Leonard just signed there. It's different if we just sign Giannis and we keep the rest of the pieces. If we keep DeMar DeRozan, if we keep Kyle Lowry, if we keep Pascal Siakam, if we keep OG, and it's different there. Like, I get it if we sign him, but if you trade Giannis, this is a championship year. That doesn't make any sense. You might as well just wait until the offseason. And if the Bucks are doing well and the Bucks make the playoffs and they're currently a 5th seed, if they go into the playoffs as a 5th seed, there's no telling that Giannis is still going to win out anyway.
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember
Please
this.
do.
I'm gonna remember this.
Please do, because Giannis will be a buck to close out the season. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Okay.
But speaking of people who aren't Knicks anymore, Ken on the show last time said that Julius Randle was going to put up 30. He was totally correct. Julius Randle was a bull in a china shop. He was hitting threes everywhere in the first couple quarters. Julius Randle ended up with 32 points and 5 rebounds, which is a slight. I don't mean to slight Julius Randle, but Julius only had like 2 rebounds at halftime. He said the reason why they were losing was because of rebounding, and he still didn't have a high rebound total. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad that New York got rid of him, is because he wasn't able to make that adjustment either. But what was your thoughts on Julius Randle tonight? Did you have any reminisce moments watching Julius Randle tonight, wishing he was still on the Knicks, or how did you feel about his performance?
My reminisce moments happen with Devo, not with Julius. Julius, the more I see Julius flourish with Minnesota, I'm happy for him. But he works in that system. He didn't work in our system, and that's cool. He works in their system. I was more reminiscent when I was seeing Devo cook us in that second quarter. I was like, yo, that's familiar. He's in familiar surroundings. Like, he's torching us. But Julius, nah. It's you know how I feel about Julius, bro. Good riddance.
Yeah. I think getting rid of Julius was the right move, because we even heard in the report, I think during the offseason, where Julius said he was happy to go. There was too much pressure in New York for him. That he it was just he was relieved, like he wasn't happy in New York anymore because of all the expectations that came with New York. And also, so to me, Julius was never built to be a Knick in the first place. He's had that toughness, and I'm not trying to slight Julius's like tenure while he was with the Knicks, because Julius Randle was a huge part of why the Knicks got back to relevance. So salute him for that. It was just with these pressures now where they're asking Knicks, yo, is championship a bust for most people? Julius Randle couldn't flourish in that. And, you know what I'm saying? It was happy to see him come back to the Garden and kind of ball out, though. I don't want to be a hater. I've been one of the most critical Julius Randle people. You remember my videos when in the playoffs, Julius Randle going crazy. Like I've been a huge Julius Randle critic, but that doesn't mean I don't love Julius. It's just I've always expected more out of him, and I could tell that the pressure gets to him. But I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, he came to the Garden and showed out tonight. But the heartbreak was Dante DiVincenzo tonight. That's where the heartbreak lies. Dante DiVincenzo, 21 points.
Yeah, he went
5 threes tonight. Shot 45% from 3. Bro, can we find a way to get you talking about Giannis? I don't give a damn about Giannis. Can we find a way to get Devo back?
I mean, like you told me, man. Get him cheaper next year. Get him cheaper.
Can we find a way to get Dante DiVincenzo back, please? Because go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
He's supposed to be a Knick. He's supposed to be in New York. He belongs on that team. He does, and I think he knows that. He didn't ask to be traded. He was just an accessory to that Julius trade. He belongs on the Knicks, bro. I know it killed him having to commit Nova on Nova crime.
Bro, the State Farm commercial almost makes me cry every time.
Yo, me too. Like, come on, man.
Like, where's Bridges, Brunson, and Josh Hart? And he's by himself, and they toss him the Nova Cat, bro. Yo, but shout out to Dante DiVincenzo, man. It's just watching how this Knicks offense is and watching this Knicks offense evolve every night and get better every night. It's just thinking like, damn, Dante DiVincenzo off the bench in this Knicks fast-paced offense where they're trying to shoot the 3-ball fast and there's a lot of ball movement. Dante DiVincenzo would be a nice piece, bro. Would be a nice piece.
Off that bench? Come on now. Come on, man.
I might. Damn, could we find a starting spot for Dante DiVincenzo? Would you start Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Cat? And then you could kind of save You could save Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench since you're only playing him at 2-3 minute intervals anyway.
Small ball.
Small ball, but because you still got Mitchell Robinson. If you have say you play the Timberwolves and you have Rudy Gobert and you have Julius Randle, or for instance, if they play the Oklahoma City Thunder and you have to go against Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein, you can still put Devo on the bench and then have Mitchell Robinson then start and then move it that way. You can adjust the lineups that way. I'm not saying start them. I'm just saying I'm just giving a scenario how Dante DiVincenzo can still fit this roster very well. I don't think he's happy in Minnesota anyway. Get him out of there.
No, he is not happy. And I know he's not happy having to come to New York, having to see his friends, be like, all right, bye, Dante. It sucks. It's like going to your friend. It's like going when you had a bunch of friends at this school, you change schools, and then the two schools have a game. You go to the game, you see your homies from the other school, and it sucks, bro. I know he going through it. He going through it in Minnesota, bro.
Yeah,
come home.
That's like me in New York. Well, when you go to high school, everybody goes to different high schools. It's not like how it is down here where everybody kind of goes to the same high school. You go to different boroughs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you go to Queens.
I went to a music school in Andrew Jackson. I went there. And all my friends went to another school. All my best friends went to another school together. I was super pissed. Super mad. I had to make all new friends and shit. I was super tight. But yeah, shout out to the Big Ragu, man. A couple comments from Ken. Ken agrees with me. Give them the whole season.
Hey, man.
We're built for a chick. Know what I'm saying?
Y'all
shot it out. He shot. Hey, look, you never listen to me anyway. It's good. Y'all see this will be a common theme where Los doesn't listen to Malik. Hopefully he's right this time, though. Hopefully he's right.
I think I am right. Okay. I have enough years of cat footage that proves me right. What you mean?
All right. Ken says, shout out to Big Ragu. And he said we might not have the Big Ragu, but we have another heater on the bench out of my boy Clarkson. Salute to Jordan Clarkson tonight. Let's pull up his numbers, see what Jordan Clarkson had. I do believe he only had 7 or 9 points tonight. Not a too high total. Yup, 7 points tonight. 3 for 6 from the floor. Not too much. Gave him some good minutes, though. Gave him some good minutes, man. Gave him some good minutes. Had 15 points last night, but But that was pretty much the game tonight, man. The game tonight. The Knicks are now going. They're staying home. I think this is their third, fourth game on a home stretch so far. They got 3 more games at home. Yeah, this is their third game, so they have 4 more games at home. They play the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday.
The winless.
They have 4 days off. Oh, they're winless. I don't pay attention to what's going on in Brooklyn. Pay attention to what's going on in Brooklyn, man. Michael Porter Jr. just you chatting too much during the offseason.
They just let him shoot. Hey, green light.
But what's your predictions for the game before we get out of here? Or the Sunday against the the Brooklyn Nets.
It could get ugly. This one might get out of hand before halftime. I don't think the Nets have a guy. I mean, they have Michael Porter Jr., but he just got the green light. That's it. He's going to miss more than he makes. I think Knicks by 15. I'll be respectful.
By 15. I'm not. I got the Knicks by 25. We're starting to see I think we're starting to see the Knicks click. This is the second game in a row that they've came out at halftime and made sure to put their throat on the team's neck. This is the second game. They're shooting threes at an extremely high clip. They're shooting around 45 to 50% for the past 2 games. OG Anunoby's shots total from the threes has gone down. We're starting to see Jalen Brunson's point-wise production go down, but his assist total go up. We're starting to see more production from the bench. And we didn't mention this guy, but Yabusele. I've been critically Gorshan Yabusele these past couple of episodes. He looked okay tonight. Yeah. Looked okay defensively. Didn't look lost. That shot is starting to fall for Yabusele. Looks like he's starting to get more confident out there. And the Knicks play the Grizzlies on Tuesday. And depending on what's going on with the Grizzlies and Ja might be a madman trying to get his trade value up. So I expect the Knicks to be locked in for that. So on Sunday, I expect them to try to get this game over with the Brooklyn Nets by halftime so they can go ahead and rest their stars, get ready for Tuesday.
Ja Morant, you are a Miami Heat. Congratulations.
Miami.
They talking about Minnesota, but I like Miami more for him.
I don't like the Minnesota move for him either. I don't think that does anything for Minnesota.
It doesn't. They'll need a miracle to pull that off. I don't think they pull it off.
Yeah, because he can't shoot. That's my issue with Josh. Like, he's not a great 3-point shooter, and it's not a great 3-point shooter either. He's a high volume 3-point shooter. He shoots a lot of them, but he's not very efficient. So I don't see him and Ja working together. And I don't like the system around Anthony Edwards now because I feel like he's trying to be a little bit too passive. He's not as aggressive as he was a couple of years ago. And I feel like Anthony Edwards needs to get back to that aggressive Anthony Edwards. And I feel like if you add Ja Morant to that, he's going to be a little bit still too passive. I don't like the mix for the Minnesota either. But the Heat's interesting. I didn't think about Miami.
He need a guy where they can just give him the ball and say, hey, bring us, take us there. Adebayo is a shell of what he used to be. Hero can't stay healthy. They need a guy. They need a guy, and I think Ja could be that guy for them. Ken said that Pat Riley don't like the attitude. You know what Pat Riley also likes, though? He likes to win, and he likes to sell tickets. Ja Morant, no matter his attitude, is box office, and he's going to win you some games. That's all Pat got to think about.
I'm kind of with Ken. I ain't going to hold you. I don't. I forgot about Pat.
He making sense.
I totally forgot about Pat. It's just like I like him with Coach Spoelstra because I think Coach Spoelstra will be able to utilize Ja Morant and, you know what I'm saying, maximize Ja Morant's potential because he had like an explosive downhill player like a la LeBron James. He's not LeBron, but they kind of play downhill similar.
Jimmy, he's comparable to Jimmy.
Jimmy Butler is another one, true. It's just the way Ja Morant handles the media, bro. And I'm not going to bring up his off-court stuff. He's past that. I'm not going to continue to rag on the kid. It's just Miami. You need to be a focused person to succeed in Miami, and Ja Morant hasn't necessarily shown that. Maybe Houston. What do you think about Houston?
They do need a point guard, but how they get him to Houston, I want to see. Because I think the thing with Houston is they're strapped. They don't got nothing to give up, and they can't take nothing in. So you would need a third team to like help you out here.
Yeah, I hope Memphis gets that together, man, because them like I think they're treating Ja like this is because I said this, like I think I said it on Conversations at the Shop that they believe that Triple J is the guy. Like I just I like
can't rebound. A center that can't rebound. Are you kidding me?
Like,
that's your guy?
That's my point. It was like, well, you see Triple J as the guy. He doesn't rebound that much. He doesn't really score at a high clip. He's very good defensively. But making Triple J a franchise guy and not kind of adapting the system around Ja has been a little bit of crazy to me. Ken said, look at the tape. They run a better system than Taylor was last year, but Ja didn't mess with that at the beginning of the season. True, they have a more free-flowing offense. The Grizzlies do have more of a free-flowing offense this year. Not a lot of pick and rolls. It's something that Ja has been upset about. He's more of a pick and roll player. It helps him open up his game a little bit more. They're getting away from that, and that's maybe why Ja's struggling. Said they are running the least amount of pick and rolls in the league, and Ja needs exactly like Ja's a pick and roll type player, and they're getting away from that, and Ja's just not adapting to it well. Yeah, man. So got the Grizzlies next Tuesday, man. We'll see what happens, man. Any last words for the people before we get out of here?
Pushing Narratives back tomorrow. We back live on YouTube. We got a special guest. We got the homie Nick Andre pulling up. One of the best young basketball minds in this. I love having him on. Y'all tune in, man. We're gonna talk more about this Josh situation. We're gonna talk about the Knicks, a couple takeaways from the early part of the season. And of course, top 3 takeaways from week 8, week 9, pardon me, and our week 10 predictions. Eagles got a big game this Monday. So
okay, yeah. Salute to y'all over there, man. Always be a part of the tripod, you know what I'm saying? Salute to my guy Adrian. Third leg. Salute to my guy Adrian over there. Suplex Dinner Club, my guy. Salute to them.
For sure.
But yeah, man, that's about it for us, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, man. And we greatly appreciate that. For 41 minutes of your time, thank you. Shout out to our guy Ken. We miss you being here. We'll be back next episode. Make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. A couple plugs. Make sure you go to TikTok. Follow me at Matthew Malik Wilson, All Blackout Sports there, All Blackout Sports on Instagram. We'll get the side channels done soon, but we're focusing on the YouTube, man. The YouTube has been growing. A lot of views, a lot of followers. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification for all updates, man. And salute to Jets Roundtable. The Jets are back this week. Huge trades. Got rid of Sauce Gardner. Got rid of Quinn Williams. We'll see what happens with the Jets this weekend and what they look like. Your boy truly will be doing a live show. That's 2 shows on Sunday for your boy. But other than that, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.